The Football Terrace and Jurgen Klopp are proud to present to you our brand new sponsor, Speech, the ultimate football fantasy manager game. It's available now to our audiences in the UK and Ireland. Download using our exclusive link in the description below or in the live comment section. Check it out. Ronaldo with the masterclass, Ronaldo with the hat-trick. Man United get the 3 points and he rolled back the years. 807 goals. 807 goals, the highest goal scorer in the history of professional football ever. No one ever that has kicked a ball has scored more goals than my GOAT. Man United's GOAT, the greatest player to ever play in the Premier League, the greatest goal scorer of all time, Ronaldo. And many of us, including me, were looking at him as a major problem in this Man United team. And it doesn't mean that we're fixed. This doesn't mean that he has to play every minute of every game. It doesn't mean he hasn't had clangers. But after all the misses, all the sitters that he's missed in an important game where we needed Ronaldo to turn up, he scores the hat-trick. He breaks the world record. He keeps Man United's season alive. He truly, truly does. It was absolutely brilliant from him today. Jadon Sancho as well, both of them cooking nicely in the attack. You have to give credit to Tottenham as well. Their midfield dominated. They had so much good play, so many opportunities that they were trying to create in and around the box. They just weren't able to take advantage of it. They really, really weren't. I actually thought Spurs, for large parts, were the better team in today's game, but Man United more clinical with Cristiano Ronaldo. He did today what he was brought into Manchester United to do. What we saw today is what we expected to see from him early on. We really, really, maybe all that time in the sauna and showering out in his back garden is starting to help. I don't know. But what a performance from him today. And I have to say, listen, I've said in recent weeks, we've looked better without him. I felt like he'd be starting on the bench. I didn't feel like he should even be in the team. And he stepped up today and he says, no, I should. Not to me. He doesn't know who I am. But he stepped up today and he delivered for Manchester United. It was sensational. It truly, truly was. He got Maguire out of a hole that had another stinker at the back, I felt. Caught out by Harry Kane on a number of occasions. Always running out of his position like an idiot. Scoring the own goal as well. And you think it's happened again. It's happened again to Manchester United. We've fallen apart. We've broken down. But Ronaldo steps up. I'm going to take a look at some of your comments here. Terry said, those ice baths don't help Ronaldo and United. Listen, Ronaldo's got a lot to do. Ronaldo's had a poor season by his standards. And in the last 2 months where Manchester United have fallen away, he has been culpable and has to hold that. That doesn't mean as a Man United fan that loves and respects him, I can't celebrate when he's brilliant. It isn't binary like that. We aren't polarized like that. If he plays badly, I'll say he's been bad. If he plays well, I say he's been doing well. One thing I've never yielded on is the man is the GOAT, the absolute GOAT. At least when it comes to goal scoring anyway. And until someone gets 808 goals, they can't touch him. They can't talk to him. The greatest of all time. Terry, you said earlier this month that Man United were playing like one man down without Ronaldo. We were. This is the point, my brothers and sisters watching. We were playing and it felt like we had one man down. The Ronaldo we saw today, we didn't have in those games. So I stand by what I said a month ago. I don't yield on my point. But today, Ronaldo delivered to the standard I've been asking for, that you've wanted. So we celebrate that we got what we wanted. If he dropped a clanger today and missed those chances, well, the first goal was a screamer. But if he misses the tap-in and then gets his head to that ball, but it goes wide, he hasn't had a great game. He could have had a good game, and I thought he was done well today. Tracked, got back, defended well. But we want those performances from him. So when he doesn't perform like today, we are carrying him because he can't run. He can't press like he used to. So he has to score. And in the games I mentioned, he was missing sitters. So I stand by what I said, but happy with the man today. You can't be that polarized in life, my brother. You can't. Super chat here says, Terry, what an unbelievable game. CR7, I bow to you. That's what I will say. Today's game was sensational. It was a brilliant, brilliant game of football for a neutral, like a basketball match at times, end to end. There were some brilliant moments in the game. There was some shoddy defending. There were some good midfield battles. Either team could have won it tonight. That's the truth of the matter. Spurs will walk away feeling, I don't want to say the word hard done by, probably isn't the right word for it, but they will. They'll feel a little hard done by. They'll feel a little bit frustrated. They'll be a little bit annoyed with their performance. Tottenham were poor today. Too inconsistent is what Edwin has got to say. Yeah, I think Spurs were just poor in front of goal. That's how it felt to me anyway. Very good game to watch, but I think Spurs deserve more in this game because they played well going forward. Again, comical defending got us again. And look, both sides had some comical defending today. You know, Spurs, the space they had when they were attacking us. Maguire, again, for me, another disaster class. The low on his side, poor again defensively. But it came about who had the better gunmen today. And we always know, if you're going to put Harry Kane and Ronaldo on a pitch and say, your team has to win today, which of the two do you think is going to deliver? Harry Kane or Ronaldo? 807 reasons as to why I would pick Cristiano Ronaldo +4 Champions Leagues and all that jazz. He is clutch upon clutch upon clutch. When he isn't, he deserves to be criticized because he's being paid 400 grand a week to win Man United games like today. Simple and as straightforward as that. You can't deny it. If you do, that's on you. We're going to go to your calls very soon, people. I need that like button to be smashed. And I want to say a big shout out to our title sponsor, Speech. Download their app for free now. I had a good day today. I got Ivan Toney in my team today. Got 2 goals. Jadon Sancho was my captain because you get points on that for creating chances and assists and goals. He killed it today. I'm actually doing very well. 4,000 people in my league. I'm currently sitting like 400th, but I've still got 8. Yeah, I've got 9. No, I'm a lie. 7 players more to play this weekend. So very good for me with Speech. Go get yours downloaded now, my people. CR7 won me £400. Sue. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here a grown man just saying Sue for loads. I'll let KJ come in and do that. He's better at it than me. He's younger, isn't it? He's younger than me. Younger men can do that. When you're my age, we can't. Spurs, we need to take the positives. Spurs, we need to take the positives. The screamer. It's true. We were saying that here in the studio. There are definitely positives in that. I will introduce you to my co-host very soon on the show, people. Bailly and Varane are our best centre-backs. Defo, we need to play fast, aggressive football. Maguire needs to be sold. This partnership is not talked about enough. I get what you mean. Look, he's done, Maguire. Maguire is finished. Maguire is done. He's literally finished. He should be nowhere near the first team of Manchester United. He shouldn't be. He's a disaster waiting to happen. And look, Rangnick's team, Rangnick's going to go upstairs. Rangnick's going to move on very soon. But it's the biggest mistake that he's made at Man United is continuing to play Maguire, keeping him within his captaincy. He needs to be on the bench. If not even on the bench, he needs to be sitting in the training ground. I would trust Phil Jones over him right now. Legit. He's gone mentally overdone and dusted. Now, I want to introduce you to my co-host today, back by popular demand. Colleen, how are you?
Well, I would have been better if it was a draw, but, you know, I'm well, all things considered. Spurs still lost, that's still a plus. But I thought Ronaldo was finished.
Is that a dig at me?
I'm just, I thought, he took a holiday off to Portugal and I thought he was finished. But I think this shows when you play Ronaldo once a week, he's 37. This is the Ronaldo that you get. If you're playing him 3 times a week, you really do notice when he's not tracking back.
Yeah.
And today we saw him track back. Now, the performance was not perfect for United. I think there was glaring problems for both United and Spurs, but there was positives for both sides to take. And I did think I couldn't see United losing at home with the fans there against Spurs. Both sides needed a win. And luckily for United, it was them who came out on top.
Yeah, look, you're right. A lot of us did sit here and say, he looks finished, and he has looked finished. He has looked finished recently, and I can say that. There's no doubt. What being like, let my emotions calm down for a minute after winning. I now want to see that from Ronaldo.
Yeah,
I want to see it at Anfield. If he gets the chances, score 1. And then the remainder of the game, I want to see that. If this Ronaldo today, you don't expect a hat trick every week. You really don't. Even though I think he has the most amount of hat tricks ever in football. Maybe Ronaldo has that record, but Ronaldo's top 2, definitely. You don't expect hat tricks every week, but the volume of chances he's missed in the last 2 months are the reason that we're out of the FA Cup and that we feel like the top 4 race is done. And today it felt like we got, from my point of view, it felt like we got our Ronaldo back. This is what we were, when we signed him, this is what I was expecting to see from him as a player. And, 1 great goal, a brilliant header, and then a tap-in. But that also comes from us creating those tap-ins, and we need to keep doing that in games. And who knows what can happen. Sancho was great today, wasn't he?
Doherty's awful, but Sancho was great, and I wanted to see more from him. I wanted him to go. We just wanted a little bit more. You wanted him to go more one-on-one. You just wanted him to take on the fullbacks a little bit more. But he was great. You're really starting to see the Sancho that everyone wanted to see in September start to arise now. And the fact is, United need to see this Ronaldo. They need to see this Sancho. They need to see these performances, because right now you can't lose. You can't really afford to lose it. If you're even going to think about top four, you're going to need these players to start turning up a bit more.
No, without a shadow of a doubt. Man United, I think Man United fans everywhere know this. We need it. And your point on Sancho there, he is starting to cook. He is starting to look like that player that we were hoping to see. And it isn't the fact that he just got the assist. He looked dangerous the whole game. What this team now, well, look, this team needs loads more work being done to it. Just if we could get someone on the opposite side cooking at the same time, from an attacking standpoint, we'd look a lot better. You know, I was disappointed with Paul Pogba today. I felt that it was a great opportunity for him to step into Bruno's shoes and to deliver. And in fairness to him, the one time in the game where he did something was when he dropped deeper when Matic came off. Great strength in the middle, and played a wonderful crossfield ball that played in Sancho. And Sancho got the corner from the corner. We scored. But I didn't see enough aggression today from Paul Pogba in that role, trying to pull things off. And so I was disappointed with Pogba. I thought Rashford had a horrendous day today.
Well, yeah, even on the break, you saw Spurs go on the break. I was screaming at you. I was like, no, sorry. When United went off on the break, I was screaming because I was like, Rashford should be busting the gut to get forward there. And I was like, if you're going to get paid to do anything, you're at least going to get paid to run. And you just kind of saw him. I don't know what's going on, really.
Yeah,
I expect a little bit more.
He looks. I don't even like saying it, but he just looks finished.
You don't want to think that about such a young Man United academy product, but it is starting to
look that way. It does look that way. Just, when I say finished, I mean he just looks like he is mentally checked out. And I hope that a new manager, I hope that a goal or a performance can reignite him. But it doesn't look great for him. And look, he could go this summer. Pogba, we think, is probably going to leave. Maguire needs to go. This team needs bandaging. But when I look at Sancho,
he's your hope.
There is hope there. You know, he is a quality player and he is shining through. His technical ability is there. He's starting to really come to life. And I think when we get hopefully a top class permanent manager, someone like a Ten Hag, I think we'll really see, because you know with Sancho, whether we're playing more tiki-taka, whether we're playing more counter-attack, whether we're doing a pressing game, whether we're going to go 4-4-2 with old-fashioned wingers, he's technically gifted enough and physical enough and has the physical attributes to play any style for me. So I'm not worried about him. Some of the others, I think they're a little bit more kind of bespoke in terms of that.
I agree.
We're going to go to your calls, people. Jerome here first with the super chat says, Cooley should have stayed on the pitch because he was more impactful than Lucas Moura. This guy is class and gave United defense a hard time. He did. He looks very good, didn't he?
I had to eat my words. I was like, I didn't think he'd be great for the Prem or for Spurs, but he's been great. And I was shocked when he actually came off. But let's not get twisted too much. I think Tottenham and United almost saw a little bit of themselves in each other today. In terms of the more positive points of United and Spurs is the attacking aspect.
Yeah.
And both sides are very poor defensively. Tottenham did have a few more, even though they conceded 3. We did keep saying they got back a little bit quicker than United would. So it was almost like two teams reflecting their own problems, and United came out on front. But a lot of that is to do with Ronaldo, because if Ronaldo wasn't in that team, I don't see how you come out on top on that.
I agree. Robbie here says, Terry, your hairline is like Sancho's form. I'm loving that. Massive win for United. CR7 finally standing up when was needed. We need to keep this going. Sad part is, whilst we scored the 3rd goal, people were asking for Rashford's performance. And look, I think fans are right too with Rashford. He's on £250,000 a week. You're paid that to deliver. And I don't want Rashford abused, but he deserves to be criticised, in my opinion. But I think when a goal goes in like that, as a fan, I will park my criticism for individual players and celebrate and enjoy the moment. When I go live, I'll talk about all the talking points. And then when it finishes, I'm going to go and watch the highlights and enjoy myself again, because you're a fan and you should be backing your team there. Thank you for that super chat, brother. It really means a lot to me. Sancho coming together now, but a long way to go. And you are,
That's
is
the team
right.
in general, really.
Yeah.
I think he's the only real positive that you have going into next season as well as currently as United stand? Because there's so much uncertainty, but you're starting to see the one sort of certainty is Sancho will be there, and you're starting to see him now adjust to the Prem and start to cook, as everyone keeps saying.
Yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't talk like that. I'm 36 years of age, but everyone says cook, so I'm going to say cook, innit? Like, man's cooking.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that when it comes to Arsenal's cooking, they burn water very soon and let us back in this top 4 race. Terry is seething.
He's a secret Arsenal fan, that's why.
Oh, so secret Arsenal, secret Liverpool, secret Chelsea. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Who said Ronaldo is finished? I don't know.
Terry said Ronaldo's finished.
Listen, stop outing me, yeah?
Terry said it.
So we got knocked out of the FA Cup because of him. Do you even have eyes? Just take the L. Terry flips more than a coin. I ain't flipping though, my G. He cost us in those games by missing the chances that he scored today. There's nothing to flip on that. If Ronaldo does what he does today in 80% of the games he plays in, and I don't mean a hat trick, I mean scores the sitters, and then every now and then a worldie, then he's doing his job. If he isn't doing his job and he isn't scoring, he is a passenger.
Even had to be questioning how it almost felt like Solskjaer was getting more out of Ronaldo than Ralph was. But it's not that Solskjaer is a better coach. It's just more the way how often Ronaldo's being played and how you're playing today. It worked out really well. But it's no good it just working out for today. Let's be honest. Ronaldo, we all know he is one of the best. He's probably the best player in the world historically. But just because you beat Tottenham today, you've still, it's not done. It's not, you've still got to
exactly. Today isn't, I always say it, today isn't the season finale. Comment here from True Gunner TV says, Arsenal are still getting top 4.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can enjoy today, but come May, you could be in the Conference League.
In fairness,
we'll be in the Champions League.
In fairness, I did say before the game, I just want to win so I can enjoy match of the day. I just want to win. I'm going to go home and watch the Adam Project and just have a glass of wine and watch match of the day and maybe enjoy it for once rather than worrying about my team dropping points. That was working well. Look, keep them super chats coming. Any questions you've got, we're going to go through calls now. KJ to come on, ZT, Alan, Ads, Sunshine's here with us. Who else is there down there? Man like Cameron is with us as well. But first, my brother's here. KJ, man like Milligan is back with us again. Hit the like and share button, people.
That's the first win I've seen in like 2 months. Like when I've actually sat down and watched United, I'd literally just watch this lose or draw. So this is the first win that I've seen in a while, and it was good. I'm happy. Still a lot more work to do. It weren't flawless. A lot more stuff to figure out, but good game, good win. Ronaldo rolling back the years, you know what I mean? Beautiful header, long range strike, a tap in. Wonderful to see. I personally still think he should in the summer maybe think of moving on, and I think we need to revolutionize the team more, or at least do what Colleen was saying and play him just like once a week and actually pick when he plays and when he doesn't play. But besides that, I think Sancho is an amazing footballer. You know how much I wanted him for the last 2 years. We finally got him, and everyone was so quick to turn on him, so quick to be like, he's just a meme, it's just troops, But I'm happy to see that he's doing what we all know he can do. I think also Fred, shout out to Fred. Fred was excellent today. He was winning tackles. He was driving the ball forward. He was making some really good forward passes, which when he's the third man in a midfield three, we can get forward, we can get back, we can be part of the transition. That is Fred. As soon as we start to ask him, can you be a DM? Can you have your back to goal? Can you do all? No, that's not it. That's not his game. That's not what he is. He is a third man in a 3-man midfield, box to box. That's what we love to see. PP today, not a great performance. Him and Rashford for me were like just meh. Like they weren't overly bad, but they weren't overly good. I wouldn't say Rashford was horrendous today. I feel like today you could tell he was on his mind to keep things simple. Don't try anything too fancy. Always make the right decisions. And you can see that weighing on him while he was playing. And that's not the Rashford we want to see. We want to see the Rashford where he's driving at players. We want to see the Rashford that's confident. And yeah, you may take too many shots, but how many times have those shots gone in at the right moments? Either it be a deflection or just a wonder strike. That's the Rashford we want to see. Right now, there's a lot on his mind, a lot of weight on his shoulders, and he's trying to keep it simple, try to keep himself in the team. And it doesn't matter what he does right now. he hasn't got enough credit in the bank to be like people to give him a pass. PP obviously he's got his fanboys, he's got his legion, he's got his club of people that no matter what he does, he will always have a great game.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
him and Rashford right now, they just don't look like they're up to the pace. And for everyone can say Bruno's not the answer, and he does this, that, and the third. But right now, PP ain't looking like the answer either. So we really need to look at our midfield, because the balance today, if you had a younger Matic or a DM that was younger than Matic that actually could run, if you had like the Fred we saw today, and we had more of a consistent Pogba or more of a consistent Bruno, we do a lot more in that game than we did today. So still a lot more surgery to go. And I think United fans, we just chill, take it game by game. You know what I mean? Enjoy. Let the Arsenal fans shout about top 4, because if they don't get it, they're the ones to be crying, and we can be chilling. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, yeah, it was a good game, man. Spurs played good. They did all right. You know what I mean? They did all right.
Yeah, I hear you completely. I do. Do me a favor, Joanne. Can you share the link in the comment section for anyone who wants to phone in? So if anyone else wants to phone in, we're going to put the link out there for you now to do that. But yeah, listen, I think I agree with everything you're saying, mate. And look, it's one of those games where we've got the 3 points. Enjoy today. Celebrate today. I only found out today, by the way. I don't know how I've missed this. The Liverpool game next week's been postponed, right? It's FA Cup weekend. So that isn't now our next game, I've been told. Now, I don't know if that's been confirmed. Someone just told me today randomly. So I was like, I didn't even really think that is. We can focus now, of course, Champions League. That'll be a good week. You know, beat Atletico Madrid, go through to the next round of the Champions League, and then just take each game in the Prem, game by game, as they say. KJ, legend for coming on, mate, and having your say. I appreciate it, bro, and we'll speak to you soon. Top man, thank you. Spurs fan coming on next. Alan is here with us. I want to know what he's got. And we are going to talk penalties later as well. We are going to debate and have a look at this, because one penalty wasn't given today. You know, I don't know that's where that looks like a dance move. I've seen someone do the Festa or something before, right? And then this one was given. Not given, given. Not given, given. Not given, not given, given. So we are going to get onto that a little bit later on the show. Alan Clark is here with us now. Big Spurs fan. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, great. That was fantastic to watch. Yeah, painful. Yeah, it's typical Spurs. Good performance against Everton. To go and do that against Man United. The first goal, just a screamer. Can't do anything about that. And then we equalise because we're playing a better football. And then within a couple of minutes, we've just gone to sleep. Reguilon playing him on side, and then to Ronaldo, going to sleep. Yeah,
he's loving this. He's loving it.
Yeah, he's loving it. He's being very smug today. Then going 2-1 up, and then we played better in the second half again. We equalised to all Harry Maguire doing Harry Maguire things. I think he just tries to get you slabbed on at anything and try and score an in the net. He doesn't quite understand football yet. And then Conte says to him, screams at him, focus. And then at the corner, Romero all on him. He lost Ronaldo, and Doherty was ball watching, didn't realise the danger, and it was game over. So typical Spursy performance away from home. Yeah, I can't wait for the season to end.
Yeah, mate, I bet you can't. I bet you can't. Would you say that's top 4 finish for you now?
I said a couple of weeks ago for me it was top 4 finish.
Now.
Yeah, we've been since after that winter break, that 2-week off, we've been absolutely awful. I don't know if it's combination of things. For me, our worst player by a clear mile today was Bentancur. Over misplaced passing, out of position. For the first goal, Højbjerg shifted across to get Sancho. Bentancur was caught in no man's land. Ronaldo was free, and he used Eric Dyer to put it in the top corner. Hugo Lloris wasn't getting that. And then, it was just overplacing passes. He was just too weak on the ball, getting caught in possession. He's done all right since he's come to us, but today was just not a good performance. Reguilon coming to the team, not a good performance. And Son was doing more breakdancing on the pitch, and he was trying to score a goal today. It was just,
literally.
Yeah, literally. Definitely. Couldn't say it better myself. So just another awful performance. We'll go, I think, when we play the weaker teams at home, we'll probably go and win 3 or 4-0 like we did. And then when we come up against tough opposition for the rest of the season, we'll just buckle like we always do. I think West Ham next, so we'll probably lose that game. It's the history of the Tottenham at the moment.
Yeah, no, mate, listen, I hear you completely. Al, thanks for coming on, mate. And very quickly.
Yep. I think the ref got both penalty decisions correct. I know you said that before. You want to discuss it later, but I think he got them both correct.
I agree.
Yep, and the reason why is because he's going to block Ronaldo's position. Ronaldo hits it behind him. He's keeping his hands beside, but just momentum. And then Elanga actually has his arm away. So for me, he got both decisions correct there. But you won, so who cares? Stop complaining.
No, referees tried to screw it. I'm gonna get my tinfoil. I've borrowed a tinfoil hat from Miguel today. They tried to screw us. They tried.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
Top man, speak to you soon, mate. See you later.
Cheers.
Take care. Thank you. Next up, we're gonna try and get through some more of these calls. Man like Sunshine's here. What are you saying, brother?
That's the Ronaldo you've beaten all season from then.
That's it. That's all we need to see. GOAT CR807 representing the guy. Listen, people. The guy's finished. This guy's finished, man. I'll be honest. He's finished. He's long gone. But what I will give him credit for is the fact that although he's finished in many aspects of his game, what's up, bro? Yeah. He said he scored a hat-trick today as well. Sorry. Yeah, man. Listen, although the guy's finished in so many aspects of the game, the guy's still lethal in many. And if you can play a game like today where you can facilitate to his best attributes and provide for him in the best way possible, we can prolong his career the best we can. I mean, I don't think, that the main man's going to keep performing like this week in, week out. I just don't think he's got it. But at the same time, Terry, I don't expect him to. So what I tend to say is I'm not going to expect something from the man that I don't think he's capable of doing consistently. But when he does well, I will happily hold this picture right here and hold this. I mean, my arm's aching, bro. You see me backstage from time, bro. This ain't moved.
I was going to make you wait to the end, brother. I was going to make you wait to the end, G.
Yeah, no stress at all. Listen, he's been holding my club up. I can hold this guy up for a stream, no problem. I'm telling you now. But yeah, listen, this guy amazing. I will say though, I'm gonna park him for actually no, I'm gonna hold it because I gotta be brave now. Got viewers and that. Can't look at me like I'm weak.
Nah, there's no problem.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But listen, I even got an Olympic jacket on as well, man. Do you know what I mean? Athlete thing. Anyway, listen, I was gonna say though, Ronaldo aside, Fred. Best performance I've ever seen him play defensively and going forward and passing the ball. I don't expect him to do that as well every week. But if we take 50% of that performance from Fred, I'm happy for him to be in that starting 11. For me, he was my man of the match. I know Ronaldo got the hat-trick, but when times was tough and we needed those little break moments and we need to get the confidence back and the momentum, Fred seemed to be that guy for me. Big shout to Matic as well. I know he's only got one foot and he's left-footed all the time and he's slow. But this is my argument for a DM in 6. I'd prefer intelligence over a passion merchant. Like I think one of you guys said it earlier. Matic younger would be perfect, but the intelligence to be in the right position at the right time and read the game well allowed us opportunities to not concede, especially the one in the box. So, yeah, man. Big up Ronaldo. Big up the Terrys.
We said that sitting here, didn't we? We were talking very much about how what you need is everything Matic has got with. I wouldn't even call the passion because the man's full of passion with McTominay's mobility. You just need to get someone that can pass like Matic, who has McTominay's mobility, and you're cooking. That's literally all the midfield. The midfield needs that. You add that to this midfield, and it will change very, very quickly. And because Matic just at times got caught because there was a time where we actually beat a man early in the first half, and what you needed was a burst of pace to get away from the players. He can't run, so he gets caught again. If we buy someone who can do that. It will make things a lot easier and add that balance there, mate. Brother, I appreciate you coming on, having your say. Always appreciate it, my guy. And
the vibe,
we'll be live after Atty in midweek, my brother. We'll get you on. Cheers, bro.
Okay, I'm there, bro. Love, man.
Take care, mate. See you later on, brother. Thank you very much indeed. We've got a very special treat here. None of us would be sitting here doing and making this kind of content if it wasn't for this man, the original G when it comes to fan cams. Andy Tate is here with us, people. What you saying, brother?
Hi, mate. Yeah, good to see you again. And I didn't make today because I'm in work later. But the game was end to end, and I thought everybody played the part, bar Harry Maguire and Marcus Rashford.
Agree. I agree, mate. Completely. Everybody did, barring those two, really.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a big call for Tuesday. I would leave them out the squad and not use them in any capacity. They both need a timeout. I would go with Varane, Lindelof, or Bayer. So, and leave Rashford out. Just don't include him because the guy's he's somewhere else and he needs a timeout and he's looking distressed, upset. And it's not helping with his PR and all that coming out. And they just need to be left out of the squad for us to have any chance of getting through on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think he's right. Rashford looks like he's elsewhere.
I mean, for the sake of our season, Sarah, it has to be done. Sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind, and like it's got to be done. I don't want to be seen as being nasty, but he down tools last week. He had with half an hour to go. Most of them did, but he's supposed to be United's pin-up boy, poster boy. Gary Neville come out with a quote as well. Get it sorted. If you want to be here, be here. If you don't want to be here, then just go.
No, you're right, mate. And I think there was a moment in that second half, and we were talking about it in here, where Ronaldo ended up getting a shot away and pulled a good save out of Hugo Lloris. But the camera pans back, and Pogba and Rashford are still near the halfway line. They should be busting a gut to get in. And Rashford's got the speed. He should have been in there for a cutback from Ronaldo and a tap in, and he didn't do it. And I can't for the life of me understand what that's an effort thing. And to see the lack of effort from him is so disappointing because
it's not what you expect from him.
It isn't. And that stuff for me is prerequisite. That's a prerequisite.
Yeah. It's about
and it should always be there.
It's about hard work. It's been in Man United's DNA since the Busby Babes. Hard work pays off. And some of these players, they're not putting in the hard work and they're just there for an image. And that's what's offending me and upsetting me. I called all of them out last week. But I'm really angry. But I would say Elanga, Sancho was exempt from last week, and Sancho today looked absolutely sweet. And he's coming on a bundle. And Ronaldo, maybe it is the key to do this between now and the end of the season. Just save him for them midweek games or use him as a little bit in the weekend games for the rest of the season because he could be the difference between fourth or going a bit further in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I hear you completely. Mr. Tate, always a pleasure to speak to you, my brother, and we'll speak again soon.
All the best, mate, to you and your family. Have a good night.
Cheers, mate. You too. Take care. Thank you. A lot of people saying, really, no, legitimately, Andy Tate's fan cams were the first that went viral that were doing news.
Manchester.
Yeah, the only fool in Manchester. Give it to get like that, but ever before anybody else, like viral. The other fan cams existed, of course they did, but it was the first one where I saw it in all the newspapers. It was everywhere. There were memes everywhere. Like legend, absolute legend of this game he is. Right, ZT's on his way soon. We're getting Canadian Cam on. Jerome's here first, so big Spurs fan, big supporter of the Terrace. What are you saying, mate?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good, my friend.
You know, typical Dr. Tottenham, as always. When you're struggling, just count on us to give us something. But you know what? It was a very good game. It was a very, very good game. It's like, even if we our defense was, both defense was just like terrible, I would say it was a very good game. And Cristiano Ronaldo, oh my God, that guy is out of this world. I mean, like that third goal, I knew he was going to score because his jump, no one can jump like this guy. That's incredible. And his determination to score that is just out of this world. At 37 years old, sorry, there's no one I can see do that. Like Messi and all those. Sorry, not like this. This guy is just a beast. Incredible. But with Tottenham, as always, I think if we get like a better defenders next season, we can do better. Because it's always for us comical defending. And that second goal, like seriously, why are you lifting your hand? Keep playing. Like, just keep playing. Like, as long as the ref doesn't lift his flag up, just keep playing. Keep defending. What are you guys doing? That was just ridiculous. I'm like, why are you lifting your hand for the ref? Just keep playing. Just stop him. It's just like, just comical defending. But,
yeah, it's mad. When you consider as well, Ronaldo is nowhere near as fast as he used to be. Just if you run hard, you might, you'll catch him. And that's what, you'll see that next week, or not next week. We're not playing them now. But when we play Liverpool, and Ronaldo tries to run past somebody with a bit of speed, all you've got to do is just run hard next to him, and you can keep up with him. Like he's 37 years of age. He's not peak Ronaldo anymore. Listen, Jerome, I appreciate you coming on, mate, and having your say. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Take care, buddy. Cheers, cheers, cheers. ZT's on now, Man United fan. What are you saying, brother?
Bro, I'm actually in Portugal right now. Like, weather's terrible, but we move. We move. But yeah, like Ronaldo today just showed why he's class, innit? And you know, it just goes to show, like, all the haters, all the agendas. Remember, this guy's 37 years old. Like, he's 37 years old. And then on top of it,
Bro,
you got a great performance by Fred.
The wind is mad.
Yeah, now put me background. I'm going to be in a finger. Put me background. I'll jump back on.
Okay, cool. I'll put him background. We'll get him back on in a minute. Canadian Cam is here. What you saying, mate?
What's up, bro? I can't come on camera. I'm too hungover. I'm in the dark right now. Keep it a buck. But Colleen, is that your name?
Yes, Colleen.
You said it perfectly earlier. Sancho is exactly the only thing we really have to look forward to, in my opinion. Not the only thing, but the main reason, right? So Terry knows I'm a huge. I was begging for Sancho for years, and we're starting to see it. This dude starts every season slow. It just seems to be him, even in Germany. But now we're just seeing the type of winger that he can be. This guy he could end up being the best winger in the Prem. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it could happen. He's so young, so that's the player that I'm looking forward to watch for years to come. Like what a player! And today was a fun game to watch. If I'm be honest, Paul Pogba's gotta just, he's probably gonna go. And I think it's okay. I've come to terms with that. Just watching, it's not saying he's not good. Obviously he's one of the best midfielders in the world. I just think we need something different in that midfield now. Watching Fred today further up the pitch was something. It was refreshing to see that energy, the way he played further up the pitch. Getting a DM behind him could actually change the balance of our team. When you think about it, you get Bruno, if you have Fred up further up the pitch and you get a proper DM, I'm thinking solely about balance right now. The star thing hasn't been working, so we have to figure out the right balance for our team moving forward. Maguire's got to go. That's just I'm over it. He's got to go. So you got to get some pacey defenders behind those guys with proper DM. I don't think Rashford's finished. I understand he's having a tough time. I truly believe what's happening with Rashford is injuries do take a serious toll on people's bodies, and Rashford's full game is based around explosiveness. Let's be honest. I think he's lost some of that, and I think he's got to figure out how to deal with losing that. If he can't, then yes, his role is going to change to being a squad player, a bench player. I think truly what we're seeing is a player who hasn't figured out how to deal with what the repercussions of injuries have done to his body. I get it. Like, he hasn't been great. We talk about it. Didn't look like he put the effort out there, but when I watch him out there, it just feels like no player who's born and bred, Mank, who's comes from the academy, is going to down tools as serious as it looks like he's doing. I just think his body can't do what he's used to doing anymore, and he hasn't figured out how to deal with it, and it's sad to see. But all in all, great game. I've been saying it for time. I'm taking it game by game. I'm not calling top four. I'm not saying we're out. I'm not saying we're in. I'm saying let's see how it goes. I've said this before too. Maybe it's not a bad thing if we miss the Champions League next year, because we do need to rebuild. And that'll give some players who are in the squad time to take a look at themselves and be like, do they really want to be here? And that includes Ronaldo. I'm not in the camp of Ronaldo needs to go next year, because I believe in having veteran leadership on a team. I believe in having somebody like that who, yes, Terry's completely right. Part of the reason we're in the situation is he's missed a lot of chances, but at the end of the day, he's one of the best professionals the world's ever seen, and having that around a young team that's going to be rebuilding is going to be important. So we'll see how it goes, but big game. And honestly, I think truly the top four race is going to come down to us versus Arsenal when we play them. I think that's what it's going to be. I think that's going to be the game.
Well, yeah, it's going to be intriguing to see. Cam, absolute legend. Thanks for coming on, mate, and I hope the hangover feels better. Well, it's very early for you as well. I know it's like 8 o'clock here, but
it's like 3 o'clock. Actually, it's not that early. It's kind of pathetic that I'm in the shape, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, there we go. No worries, brother. Speak to you soon. Take care, Cam. Thank you very much indeed. In terms of the top four race, Gal has put a post in here saying this is the best case scenario for like Arsenal. United beat Tottenham. It makes top four chances easier. Do you feel, are you sort of celebrating today as making it easier for yourselves? Or do you feel like Man United picking up 3 points when you've got back-to-back games against Leicester and Liverpool makes it tougher for you?
I don't think it makes it easier for us for top four. If anything, on a Man United aspect, it gives them a little bit more mental strength after the disappointment in the Manchester derby and the way they lost that. For us, because we've not played, there's a little bit more pressure now for us to now go on and win against Leicester. We're obviously not going to win. Arsenal are obviously not going to win every single game towards the end. We do have 4 games in hand. So I don't think this changes much. It doesn't change anything really. You know, you're ahead of us, but we still got 4 games in hand. Each team can only focus on themselves. And United have been kind of yo-yoing, you know, on decent performances, bad performances, losing a game, drawing a game, then, you know, winning a game that maybe you didn't think you were going to win today yourself. I thought you might, but you didn't really think, you weren't sure. Against City, you weren't sure you don't really know what you're going to get with United. So mentally, I think this as a squad, you'd hope it would help them going forward. So I don't think this benefits Arsenal at all. We just got to focus on ourselves. You know, we just have to assume that the worst case scenario, which is Tottenham and United will keep winning or start winning rather and get some consistency. So I think it's a bit early still. I think it's still early for even United to think they're back in a top 4 race, but it does make things more interesting and it puts the pressure and onus onto Arsenal.
Well, it's interesting. What's really interesting about it, and I don't disagree. I don't think it's made it necessarily easier. I suppose I haven't looked at the maths for a few days, so maybe it's looked at with Spurs have, of course, more. They have game. Arsenal have less games in hand over Spurs, and if Spurs win, it makes it a bit easier. But again, if you're an Arsenal fan that thinks Spurs always choke, Spurs winning or losing should be almost inconsequential. Man United's game against Liverpool next week's now been postponed. So Arsenal are now going to have Arsenal are now going to play twice. Arsenal play 3 times now before Man United kick a Premier League ball again. In fact, Arsenal play tomorrow against Leicester. That's the first. It's not really a game in hand, but like they haven't played now. And then they play Liverpool, and then they go away, then you go away to Aston Villa. And I'm just checking. Yes, and then then we play Leicester on the 2nd of April, and you play Palace away on the 4th. So Arsenal now theoretically play, because games in hand are interesting because they're all being mixed up and jangled up. You play 3 games now, so there's 9 points available. This next week is now huge for Arsenal. Win your matches, which, look, you're the favourites in all but one of them. I still think Liverpool, coming to your ground, they're the narrow favourites because of how good they are, even though your home form is brilliant. Win those 3 games, and I think top 4 is all but done.
But I don't think we will.
But you slip up though. You draw one of them, lose to Liverpool. You walk away with 4 points. Yes, you're still in front of Man United, but suddenly the game of the Emirates becomes even bigger. It's going to be an amazing week of football. I'm just sort of sitting here cooking it up in my head. It's going to be. I think you're going to walk away with about 6 to 7 points from your next 3 games, and I think it will make it very hard for United. Any more than that, and I think it's almost impossible for us.
You might be able to take is that under Arteta, we've never won 5 games in a row. Leicester is our 5th game. So, and like I keep saying, Tottenham, United, and Arsenal all in this position because we're all so consistently inconsistent. Arsenal have now got a bit of consistency, but I have always said we're going to lose or drop points at some point, and that will make any rival, United or Tottenham, gain a little bit more confidence, even if they think they're out of it.
I hear you, and I think it's going to be an interesting week. CR7 was a class above them all on the pitch. That was the difference. It is, and he's also now gone into 2nd place because of goals per minute in the Golden Boot race. Mo Salah's top with 20. Ronaldo's 2nd on the Premier League website with 12. It's mad what one afternoon does. If he scores a couple of goals in his next game, he's suddenly the 2nd highest goal scorer in the league. Imagine if he scored them tap-ins. Oh, Ronnie. Comment here says United need to put some respect on Fred's name now. Listen, I'm going to say this about every single Man United player in this squad. Forget for a moment what they've done in their careers before here. When you say put some respect on his name, what that translates to in real talk is he's really good and you guys should stop criticizing him. No. When these players drop disaster classes, when they go 4, 5, 6, 7 games playing awfully, when they mess up clutch games on a regular basis, they are all open to criticism. Football fans have got to get out of this binary thought process, this polarization of, if you think Bruno's a good player, you can't say when he's had a bad game. If you think Ronaldo's the GOAT, you can't say that he looks over the hill. If you supported Rashford once, it means you should never ask for him to be dropped. Football doesn't work that way, buddy. I support Man United Football Club, and when you're not performing in my club's jersey, my club's kit, I'm going to call you out. That is as simple as that, brother. But thank you for the super chat. Great game from United, Terry. Only positive for Arsenal fans is as I am reducing the contenders. I hear that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Man United only. But look, listen. Would the world be shocked if Arsenal lost 2 of their next 3 games and United lost their next 2 games and West Ham won 3 or 4 on the bounce? I don't know what their fixtures are, but I wouldn't be like shocked. Go, oh my God, what a turn up for the books. Let's do some more calls. ZT is back of us. Ads is coming on. A gal's backstage. Man like Orchie as well. Plus more. There are more of you. I can see more of you. There's just lots. ZT's back. What are you saying?
Yeah, bro. Sorry about that. I know I've got to wear a mask because I asked them if they can, but they're saying the regulations. But quick one, really. Arsenal, boy, pressure's on now, isn't it? The pressure's actually on. Whether you guys want to accept it or not, the pressure's on. You have to go out and win tomorrow. It was a great performance, in my opinion. When I say great, I'm talking about mentality-wise. You can talk about the tactics all you want and not as Spurs dominating the game, but the simple fact of the matter is we fought back so many times in that game. 2-2, and literally a moment of magic from the biggest man on the planet, the biggest man, the big man, Ronaldo. Android CR7 put the game to bed, and it goes to show as well, that when it comes to football, it's all about moments sometimes. Whether we like it or not, it's all about moments. And this guy came up with a moment today, several times, 3, a hat-trick, 807. Boy, it's something else.
Mate, it is. And I think you're right about Arsenal. And it's good that we won. If we just forget who we think's favourites for a moment, the league kind of needed Man United or Tottenham to win today because for neutrals watching, you want the top 4 race to go down to the wire. We want I don't want City or Liverpool to win the league, but what I don't want is City having a 15-point lead with 8 games to go. Like, you want there to be a bit of a race so we can kind of enjoy it. And at the very least, United kept that alive today.
Do you know what it is as well? I hear a lot of people. I want to pick up a point. I heard a lot of people before the game talking about showing. They're all happy that Bruno weren't playing. And I was like, boy, it's a bit concerning because where does the creativity come from? And then Bruno doesn't play. We lacked a bit of creativity. Pogba was shocking. Let's not shy away from that. Pogba was shocking. And all you people that are against Bruno and big up Pogba, your boy was shocking today. Let's not shy away from that. But like I said, game's on, man. The game's on. Tomorrow's a big game for Arsenal. Let's see how Arsenal react. And Miguel, boy, it's getting nice. It's getting nice. But yeah, Terry, I'll leave you to it, bro.
Yes, my brother. Enjoy your holiday, my guy.
Tell Miguel, it's nice right now.
Enjoy your holiday, brother.
Cheers.
And we'll speak to you soon. Cheers, bro. Take care, mate. Later. He's enjoying that. I want to say a big thank you and shout out here, of course, to our title sponsors of the show, Spitch. If you've downloaded their app, you'll also see they are powered and backed. The face of their app is Jurgen Klopp. It's an amazing fantasy football app. You can play for free. You can win money. It's a little bit different from the normal fantasy football games. You win points for all sorts of things: pass completion, ball retention, minutes on the pitch. It isn't just goals and assists. So you can actually pick like a really techie footballer that may not be the guy that gets the goals and assists and get a lot of points out of them. That's my team for this weekend, as you can see. Man like Tony and Pinnock picking me up points today. Allison and Trent as well. Sancho is my captain. But I've still got some players to cook this weekend in Martinelli, Odegaard. See, Odegaard doesn't even need to get assists, right? And what that does, legitimately, with this app, he'll get a lot of points because he's the orchestrator. So it isn't even like the second assist. The amount of times the ball goes through you in plays, everything. So go check out Spitch. Get it downloaded. It's free. The link's in the description below. Go and check it out, people. Now, we're going to do some more calls in just a moment. I did want to speak very quickly to you, though, about this, just a few minutes. How good, where do you rank Cristiano Ronaldo in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, I'm more of a Messi fan, to be honest. Not going to lie.
Javern, cut the mic. Cut the mic, J-Ron. Get at it. No, I'm just messing. I know he's good, but so where do you rank Ronaldo?
I mean, I still think he's one of the best ever. And him having these in a clutch moment and when you need a goal, I think currently, even between him and Messi or whoever, you still pick Ronaldo. That's why you can never discount him from this United squad. I don't think you can ever say, Ronaldo should be dropped for X, Y, and Z amount of time. When you need a goal, when I look at that United squad, if I was like, if I had to pick one game and I needed one goal, I'm picking Ronaldo out of your current squad. So I think it kind of speaks for itself. I think it needs to be managed better at United to get the best out of him. And it's a bit little too late, actually, because the season's almost over, really. But in this key moment, it could work. I don't think he should be playing every day, every game. Select him wisely. Listen, Ralph might need to abandon some of whatever his philosophy is or how he wants to play. You need to play if you're going to play Ronaldo, you need to play to his strengths. And we saw today what he can do. And if you take him out of that squad, is there anyone else who's going to do that? Is anyone going to get a hat-trick against Spurs today?
No, nobody's going to do it. And I hear what you're saying. And people don't have to rate him as the greatest ever. He's the greatest ever goal scorer, factually. He is the greatest ever Premier League player. Doesn't make him the Prem's GOAT in some people's eyes, because that's all about how many years, what did you win. But he's the greatest ever player to ever grace our league. And I do hold him as, he's my favorite player of all time as well, when I'm looking at all things being equal. And it's because I just like how he does it. I like the directness of him. I like his moaning. I like the way, just everything about him, I just love. And of course, if he'd have grown up a Chelsea player instead of a United one, I'd probably feel a little bit different. There is definitely some bias and emotional connection towards him, but he's just sensational. And look, he has been poor for large parts of this season, and he is now purely an out-and-out goal scorer. What does upset me about the Ronaldo conversation is people reduce his whole career down to the last 3 or 4 years. Yeah. And that's so disrespectful to we've seen Lionel Messi this year. He's still got his touch, but we've seen him go to the 5th or 6th lowest level league in Europe and look bang average. And I'm not talking about how good the eye test still looks. I'm talking him. What set Messi apart from every other player in history that's been good at dribbling, a great passer, and having great vision and skill is the level of goals that he set up and the level of goals that he scored. And that's the irony in it. We all know how good a player Benzema is, but what stood him out above everybody else the other night was the mentality to come from 2-0 down, to keep going, but then of course having the quality of outputs to match the ability and the skill that's around it. And we've seen Messi change league once at 34 and look tired, slow, not involved as much as he should be. Ronaldo is 3 years older and gone to the hardest league in the world, and he hasn't ripped up trees every single week, but he's the 2nd highest goal scorer in the league. And he's still, and again, I think in a better team that wasn't going through the right turmoil, setting up an abundance of chances over the course of the season without all the off-field problems, he'd have had an even better year. If he was at City this season, I reckon league-wise, 18, 19 goals from this point, minimum. But he's a top-class act. There's no doubt about it. We had another chat that came in here. Where's Patrick? Neeks, I don't know where Patrick is. I asked him to come here today, and he said no. He gave an excuse like, I've made plans with a friend. I think he bottled it. I think he bottled it. I think he knew. Nick's cooked him on the 12th man. By the way, we've got a big 12th man next week. Troops is going to be here. Got a Liverpool fan coming in as well. Arsenal-Liverpool preview being filmed Tuesday. If you want to get first access to that, become a Football Terrace member. Squad members and above will get early access to the release of that footage when it comes out. First thing Wednesday morning. The rest of you got to wait, but my members will get that first. So sign up to that if you want to. Terry, I like he's moaning, trying to tell us something. No, not like
you like the Magic Mike advert.
I did like the Magic Mike advert.
Havertz's legs as well. You spoke about
whose legs?
Havertz the other day.
Yeah, nice long legs. Yes. Yeah. Grealish's calves. There's nothing wrong with my admiring good male.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
I've got nice calves, to be fair. They're pretty big. I do. It's only part of me that ain't like, because your legs don't really get fat as you get old. It depends. Some people's do. Mine don't. Mine all goes to my belly. But there we go. There we go. Right. Ads is is it Gal gone? Gal's gone. Boo. Gal's gone. Ads is here. What are you saying, brother? Good to speak to you again.
Yes, I had to change my avatar before I came in. Listen, what I'm going to say is today, it was a good game and I actually enjoyed it. But I'm just sick of United going back and forth with opposing teams. It pisses me off. I was on the phone with my boy Jeremy Warnes, pick up to Jeremy, and he was vexed. He was pissed. He was like, I should have bet money on Ronaldo to score a hat-trick. And he was like, I listened to Gary Neville. He's pissed. But today, there's one man who I was really, really, really proud of, and that's Fred. I had to change my avatar, man. He's a baller. And I told people, just wait. Just wait. And like you said there, Terry, when you say put respect on a player's name, I know you can't let them off. You just can't, no matter how much you love them. Because Fred has dropped poor performances in the past, and even some this season, especially against Southampton and Wolves. They were dreadful. But I said, you play him in that 8 role, you see why we bought him for 50 M's. And you see why. I watched him at Shakhtar in his last season, and I said, this is the player that we need. Someone who's going to fight for his team. He's pretty much become Man United's bodyguard as well. So he's pretty much signed and sealed the deal for 2 jobs at Manchester United. But today is brilliant. Passing, solid. Defending, solid. I mean, he embarrassed Son several times. That Son was at Gemma Collins on Dancing on Ice, bro, just tripping everywhere. It was embarrassing. But today, overall, I'm happy with the team performance. But I feel like Fred deserves a lot more respect than he gets. And today, he proved why.
Fred was good today for large. There was a moment early on, I thought, oh, is he going to have one of them days? And he had a very good game. And what we might find, and we don't know who these players are going to be yet, if Ten Hag or Poch comes in and we start to work well and play well, everyone will have a player or two who shocks them and is part of those plans and starts to perform well when the right central midfield partner comes in, when the right balance is created. Like you could see, and I'm just going to name them. Fred could be one of those guys that improves. Bruno could improve. And people go, I didn't expect him to be this good. Rashford could come back alive again as an example. All these things are possible when new managers come in. It's happened before at clubs and whatever else. There'll be some, though, that will just continue. You know, there's been 3 new managers come in at Tottenham since Poch left, and all of them tried to revive Dele Alli, and it didn't work. These things happen. Look, Fred was very good today. He deserves these plaudits, no doubt. But I agree with you. What I want from Man United over the next year is to develop a side that can go 1-0 up at home and then can control the games. And I was very scared as well when they equalised, because the one remaining record from Fergie's era that hasn't gone yet is winning at halftime at Old Trafford and finishing the game as either the winners or sometimes drawing. We've never lost the game when leading at halftime. And when they got that goal, because of the trajectory of the game, and that's where Spurs fans have got to be really annoyed at their team tonight, because they were in the ascendancy. But each time they scored, they let us come back at them. And I just thought to myself, why? 2 reasons. It was like, why? Either one, why are they letting us come back at them? Or 2, where's this aggression from us when we're leading to get the next goal? And something's got to give when it comes to that, mate. It really does. Ads, legend, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Thank you. Orchie's here with us now. Big Spurs fan. Commiserations. What are you saying, mate?
Thanks, mate. To be honest, a lot of the stuff that I was going to say has already been said, so I don't know what else to say. First and foremost, I mean, I'm not going to come on and dig out Spurs too much, because I think it was quite an even game. It could have gone either way. So I think we had some players that played really well. I think definitely, like you guys were touching on, Kulusevski. I think the fact that, you look at some of the players that, for example, players like Fred and stuff, and even Sancho, actually, you're saying that he's starting to, really start performing, and it's taken him like pretty much most of this season to sort of start getting to the place that he's at now. Whereas if you think of Bentancur and Kulusevski, who only just arrived literally about a month or so ago, in January, they come in and they've started doing a job pretty much immediately. And when we know, obviously, Premier League is the hardest league in the world, especially to adapt to. So their adaptation has been really, really good. But I think Bentancur definitely had a poor game today. I think Son had a bit of a shocker today. And when you, in those areas, when those guys weren't performing, I think it was always going to be tough. But yeah, it was very sort of, it was an entertaining game anyway from that perspective, and you just didn't know. And you made a point just before I came on that I am annoyed, because every time like we equalised, we could have really pushed on and really took the game to United and given us a chance to win. But yeah, it didn't happen. We sort of let you get back into the game, so that was really frustrating. And Doherty is just awful, absolutely awful. I mean, last game, Everton, he had a blinder, but he's just awful. And yeah, I mean, definitely some of the other guys that came on before, I think we really need a complete new defense, with the exception of Romero. I mean, I'm still annoyed that even Dyer, I think for Ronaldo's first goal, right, Dyer just stood back and let him take a free shot. I mean, if he just he was right in front of him. If he just closed him down, you stop him from, they gave him too much time.
You're right. And Ronaldo, the one thing that, I know Ronaldo had a great game tonight. I don't even want to say anything negative about him, but he hasn't got the physical ability anymore to turn and twist and move he used to. Just close him down and give him very little space. And all he can really do is passable. There was times today where he picked the ball up and there was space to run into. And he stood still and waited for other runners because Ronaldo just can't do it. And it was disappointing from Dyer today. As you say, the high line not work. If you're going to try and play a high line like Liverpool, you've got to get it right. And when you don't have the quality of defenders, sit that damn thing 5-10 yards deeper, play within your means, because Man United want to be able to run in behind. And it was shocking at times from you today with that, especially after equalizing twice and not getting yourselves back into the game. Orchie, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. I really appreciate it, mate.
And just one point, actually, you touched on Ronaldo. I also agree with you that, the type of player that he is, the experience that he's got, and the many, many years where he's been arguably, I'm like Colleen, actually. I'm a massive Messi fan myself, but I always held Ronaldo as a very, very close second, or almost right there beside Messi. They are definitely the greatest players up there of all time. And I think I don't understand the grief that, all right, he might be responsible for you guys losing some games and stuff, but he's one of those players where he can turn it on like today. I think because he was dropped in the last game, or whether he didn't want to play or whatever, I think he really had a point to prove today. And you could see that it was that real aggression from him. And he wanted to do it today. And a player with that quality, he can turn it on anytime and do it on any time. And I think he had he was the difference today. He's definitely the difference today.
I hear you, mate. I hear you. Thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. I appreciate it, bro.
Nice
top,
man.
Guys. Thank you. A few people are asking how they can become members. That on your screen, it should say ways to support the terrace or join here. What you can, I think they're trolling that there's no sound. I think it's a few trolls. What you can also, if you go into the link into the description below, there's like a link for becoming a member. In fact, what I can also do, if you really want me to, a few of you are asking, let me just scroll up here. I can just paste that link into the how to become a terrace member. So I'm going to paste it into the comment section so you can all see it. So a few of you are asking, and I can see my other members trying to help and find it. There we go. We have got a members chat that's been booked in this members show. I've had to move it twice. I've got to move it again. I'll tell you why. Because I didn't check the calendar. There was games on. I literally been so busy I didn't check. Mohammed's here. What are you saying, Mohammed?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I was watching the game today from the first half to the second half. Ronaldo, comes to save United again. Because I think United really missed him by the looks of things, especially in the first half when Tottenham scored the equaliser. I personally thought they would go on to win it both times, but Ronaldo just comes out of does his thing, and bags a hat trick like he did in the past, and he's doing it a very high age. And what is it? Second highest scorer now, ahead of Jota, I think.
Sorry, say that again.
Ronaldo, he's the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League ahead of Jota, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, he's gone into second place on 12 goals with Jota and Mane, but I think he may be above them because he's done it in less minutes. That's the only reason I think they put his name in front of them.
Okay.
I'm assuming that, but I can't think of any reason to put them above. Or it might be alphabetical. It can't be alphabetical because Sadio Mane is in front of Jota.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. Anyway, go on.
I think Ronaldo in this top four race between you and Arsenal, Ronaldo is key for you guys. If you can probably somehow keep him fit and firing for the rest of the season, I don't see why United can't get top four. I think Arsenal always have that issue of that showing up in the big game because they obviously play Liverpool on Wednesday. So you never know, it might come back Arsenal not showing up in the big games, Well,
we'll see what happens. I mean, do you know what, Mo? If Ronaldo had been as clinical as his standard self in the last 2 months, we would probably have at least 6 to 8 more points than we have right now, and the top four race would look differently. So there is such an element of truth in what you say. If he goes back to scoring, he's not like a good rate for the easy chances that we do create in games for him. There is always a chance, but what it needs for Man United to make the top four, there needs to be an Arsenal collapse. So for us, it's not in our own destiny. So we need to not focus on that. We need to focus on ourselves, win our games. And if Arsenal drop points against Leicester, drop points away at Villa, drop points at home against Liverpool, then there's an opportunity to sort of pounce on. But we need to make sure we're in the best possible position. That's why winning today was key, because if we lose today, it gives Arsenal an out. Arsenal are then going to lose to Leicester, and they're in the same position. So it was a good result for us. Keeps things alive. Mo, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your stay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Again, a big shout out to our title sponsors today, Speech. Get that app downloaded either before you leave or after you leave. Use my link below. It's free of charge. Get it set up. One of the very best football fantasy games out there. So a massive thank you to them for making today's show possible. Colleen, a pleasure as ever.
Thank you for having me. Not thrilled with the result, but we move. You know, Arsenal will be in the Champions League next season, so this is all for nothing. This is all really for nothing. This build up of feeling good after this win.
Well, if you guys don't make top four, that's what you can name your Amazon series. All for nothing is what you could name it if that happens. There we go, viewers. Please make sure you smash that like button before you leave. Subscribe to the Terrace. Go check out the homepage as well. Big video dropped earlier on today about Chelsea's takeover. The Saudi media group getting very, very serious indeed. We're back tomorrow covering all the games and with some news in the morning for you. Until next time, my people, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon.